Welcome back to this garbage dump of a channel. Today, as by literally the majority of you, today we are covering another Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. Yeah, I know, so much variety. The game that won this time was Five Nights with 39. Only barely actually. Well, the screenshot that I have today looked a little different a while ago, but Mickey Mouse almost won. But I honestly feel really bad for Land here. That one got kind of the short end of the stick. Oh well, I'll get around to these two eventually. Anyway, so, Five Nights at 39. You may have seen this one pop up on Markiplier's channel a couple years ago and some others. Now, kinda like Fuckboys, this one probably fizzled out of existence for a couple of you. We have two games today. Yes, believe it or not, two games that are a part of this series, and as of making this video, there is currently a third installment on the way. So, let's take no interruptions and play Five Nights with 39. Okay, so obviously I am playing the anniversary version for this video, and right off the bat, 39 dabs on the title screen. Yep, I can see why you all wanted this one. So if I'm judging this game as like an actual FNAF game, then this is complete shit. You only have two characters that can actually kill you and only one camera to look at really. Though this aims to be a funny game, with the main character being really a self-insert kind of character, and yet he's instantly going to the top of my shitty FNAF character names list. His name is literally just a number. I don't think it gets any stupider than that. Really, where this game shines is with the fact that this entire game is essentially a piss take. Also, 39 is using the old SFM models from like 2015, so you play some random ass character and fuck around with 39 for like 7 nights, and like your bog standard FNAF fan game, you stare at cameras for 6 hours. Now, checking the cameras is practically worthless, except for one camera, that being the power room, where 39 will just click-clack away on that laptop of his, so you need to press the spook button, where it will play some random meme, and that will make him leave and scare him. He can also enter your office, where all you need to do is bop his nose and he'll leave. You also have a plushie version of 39 who, like Bonnet from Sister Location Custom Night, will run across the screen and you have to bop its nose to get rid of it. There's also a little story going on as well, where 39 just blatantly hates you, but really doesn't. He's basically just he basically insults you for like every phone call. Of course, you have night 6 and 7, and on night 6 he is, well, doing something, which you can canonically catch on camera and expose it on YouTube. Then night 7 is when he picks up a gun and decides to open a portal to hell, because he threw out all of his anger on those Archviles, Revenants, and Chain Gunners from the Plutonia experiment. The end of the night, or night 7, sees us getting almost murdered by this 39 2.0, which basically kills us, and 39 puts us out of our misery, and is also kicked out of the location, but not Plushie, who is trapped inside, and 39 makes it his mission to come back for Plushie. The extras menu, you know, bog standard stuff, but there is quite literally a story tab which lets the player get to know the story if they didn't pick up what was currently happening. And do you know how satisfying it feels knowing that this is a thing? Honestly, that saves MatPat some extra years on his life. If only that could happen for an official FNAF game, MatPat could finally be free from pulling the most dog shit theories out of his asshole. Now, before we move on, I think that I've already talked about this game enough, so I'm gonna share some of the best parts, or, well, really the funniest parts I found in Five Nights at 39, so please enjoy this selection of clips with somewhat good editing.
I honestly didn't think you would turn up. Well, welcome to the advert studio. I don't know why it's here, because it's merely a recolor of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, which kind of exists in this universe. I have no idea how that makes sense. Man. You know what? I need a minute. I'm getting a big sense of deja vu here. It feels like the graphics have been touched up, you know? One little lens flare here, some ambient occlusion, softer shadows, and no new textures. Nice touch, Dev. What is this, a cash grab? You lazy listen to me, I'm getting off track. So, Sam, you're here to fight me, yes? No? What, are you just gonna sit there in the office and stare at me at the cameras? Not say a word? Mate, you cannot handle this dick. in the old universe. You know what? I'm gonna shut up. I'm saying too much. I am not coming to fucking chase you, mate. I'm going to do what I've been doing for the last 20 years, all by myself, randomly popping into different rooms, and if I happen to pop in the office, you are fucked. So have fun having a fucking tug over me, you creep. Nice intro, you moron. Fuck. Honestly, mate, look at how sophisticated I look. Just look at this pose. Oh, God. Oh, shit! This has the nerve to touch my fucking nose. I mean, how the does he know that? Okay, maybe I do know. I see you have returned. Honestly, why are you here? Oh yeah, because I pretty much told you to. Seriously, I kinda didn't want you to come back. In case you were not aware, you fucking touched my nose. I hate that shit, but apparently every cunt seems to find it cute. But guess what? It's not cute! But seriously, how did you know that was my one weakness? Okay, maybe I do know, but I'm trying to avoid reality at this point. I'm trying to just go along with this. But you're not gonna answer me, are you? No. Because this is f***ing Half-Life 3. Look, everyone, it's Gordon Freeman! Oh, listen to his voice lines. Oh, he sounds so good, doesn't he? He doesn't say a f***ing word. Oh, fuck, listen to me. You know what?
Stop!
Just don't come back
You
tonight.
violated the law.
Even better.
Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence.
Tonight. I will kill you. No booping tonight. I'm coming, mate. So this is the part where I stand here and somehow drain power. Well, you don't plan on leaving at any time soon, do ya? Well, you. Oh, shut the up, you stupid censor. Piss off!
Chicken.
Oh, I don't even know why it's still here. I mean, no one cares that I'm swearing. So, another night. It's supposed to be 5 nights. So, just one more night and you're f***ing out. Because, you know, there are totally not 2 more nights. Otherwise it'd be called 7 nights with me. Oh, fuck me. I cannot wait to see your grubby ass get out of here. Just one more night. One more night.
Well, as I had already mentioned, as an actual game, it is very boring, but this obviously does focus on being much funnier, and it succeeds at doing so. The story just kind of joins in around the end of the game. That's really about all there is to this game, so let's move on to this game's sequel, 5 Adventures with 39. Alright, so briefly moving on to the sequel, being 5 Adventures with 39, this one's an RPG, and I should probably mention that this kind of game, I'm not that big on. I'm not big on RPGs. Like, there's always been that one game genre that you can't get into, and that for me is RPGs. Probably would have helped mentioning that for the Fuckboys video, but oh well, I don't have the power to turn back time now, do I? Anyway, so the whole reason why game number 2 is an RPG, well, 39 is actually on a bit of a trip. A school field trip, that is.
With a friend? No way!
Yeah. And that's why everything is so weird. You have 3 other characters all being recolors of the other FNAF characters. There's Blue Bear, Chiquisha, and finally, David. We are tasked with stopping the evil that threatens to destroy the world. Also, you may have noticed that the enemies are just standard RPG enemies, and the NPCs are just random anime characters now. I assume that these are all stock assets found within RPG Maker, and if that's the case, that just makes this game a whole lot funnier. That he just couldn't be half-assed to make original characters for this, he just used anime characters. This game took roughly 2 hours to beat, so it's not very long. The actual party members themselves have their own little classes, so 39 is the hero, Blue Bear is the warrior, Chiquisha is the mage, and David is the healer. Pretty standard stuff, and once more, you have HP, MP, and... So your endgame goal is to get to the Sky Palace and defeat the final boss. The jokes I actually found, like I said, pretty funny, but I feel there's sort of a lack of oomph from the first game. I feel like with the first game, it was really with just 39 and just how he approached it, the tone, and like the actual voiceover itself. That made it a hell of a lot funny. It's just really how he says it makes it funny. It's hard to know, because I kind of do that myself. So, here, it's still that same sort of humor, but just without that energy, and it just sort of, it's still good, but kind of would have preferred it with that energy, though. So when we get to the Sky Palace, we have to open some chests by defeating these mimics, and I should mention on how mentally broken Chikisha-kun is. To show you, I'll show off my favorite ability that she gets later in the game. Really, if I'm being honest, the strats just boil down into heal spamming with David, because you can basically infinitely heal, because your MP also increases when you heal, and then you just sort of deal damage with everyone else. So yeah, it's a fairly easy RPG. I like, even for a first time, I probably wouldn't recommend it, but it's not really about the game, it's about the journey. The journey is an entire acid trip, so. So, the final boss, who calls himself the bad guy. Yes, that's literally his name. Alright, let's see what this guy has to say. Really? That's the best line you could come up with, is sexually identifying yourself as an Apache attack helicopter? Bro, that joke was never even funny to begin with. Like, that joke is on a whole other level of unfunny I've never seen in my life. Wow, today I made a discovery. A level of unfunny below unfunny. Who would have thunk it? So, because of that really shitty joke, we killed him, and he goes down fairly quickly, actually. Then we beat the game, unlock the hero sword, but wait, there's more. Well, technically, there is a final boss, so we need to get this ring of immortality to access it, which is this furry who just so happens to have it, and we need to find them. And once we do find him again, David will, well, I guess David will get himself a significant other, so, good for him, I guess. We then gain access to the true final boss of the game, and it forces us to do some trials before we fight it. Yay! It honestly isn't that bad, really. The only hard one I found to be the David one. David really is a lot more challenging, because you're basically 3-hit and you die, but, like, there's no point healing, because it's like, you still lose all that health anyway. So it's better just to hit them than to not heal. Just heal after fights. That's probably the best way I would recommend doing it. You do get strong weapons here, though, so it isn't too bad. But pretty much after that, it's just kind of a cakewalk. Chikisha's one is, well, actually kind of piss easy. There is like a single enemy here, and that's it. You only get one enemy. The blue bear one is just a puzzle, like a really boring puzzle, really. It only takes like 5 whole seconds. And then 39 just does like a dramatic walk to the final boss, and then you fight it and kill it. Now, if you do go after all the secret stuff, then you get the secret ending, which just really shows 39 waking up from his from happy magical mushroom land, and continuing his journey to save Plushie from the advert studio. Yes, I realized that it's called an advert studio. So, yeah, that's pretty much about it. Well, this definitely was a series. It is ongoing at the moment, so I don't really want to throw in my 2 cents about just the series as a whole just yet. But from what I actually played, I feel like the first game, while it's funny, the actual game itself just sort of doesn't really exist. It's a little better with the sequel, but then again, the game isn't really that long anyway, for RPG standards, of course. But I was still able to enjoy it, even though I didn't find it as funny. I think what makes this one not as good, in my opinion, as Day Shift or Fuckboys is really just because there's an entire game behind it that is really good anyway. So if you don't exactly enjoy the humor style, then there's something else to enjoy here. But with 39, it doesn't really have that at the moment. I'm hoping that the next game in the series does make it more fun, like the sequel technically was. Overall, I hope that this series gets a lot better by game number 3. because I think 39 has a lot of potential, especially with the style of humor that is seen with this series compared to other humor-esque FNAF fan games I've played on this channel, that basically being 3. So, there's a lot of those. So, and I guess, the humor itself is, honestly, I'd say probably on a vulgar level, more than fuckboys, and I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but if you are 18, if you are under the age of 18, then please do not play this game. It's stated on, the Game Jolt page, so if you don't heed my warning there, you probably should heed 39's warning there as well, so just keep that in mind. That, however, is all the time I have for today's video, so if you enjoyed what you saw, consider subscribing. It's always helpful, and it's greatly appreciated. You can follow my Twitter account over here, and you can also join my Discord server over there. Both of those links will be provided within the description of this video. Hope you lot have a great day. I'm gonna finish this really shitty looking burger. It isn't even from Five Guys, so yeah, it's probably gonna taste like dog shit. Well, I'll see you all next time, I guess.